Historic NHL Redrafts 2021 to 2024. In this episode of Historic NHL Redrafts, I'll be redrafting NHL drafts from 2021 to 2024. The draft order is determined by the standings from the 2020-2021 season. In the 2021 NHL Draft, the Toronto Maple Leafs draft Wyatt Johnston, Seattle Kraken draft Matty Beniers, Arizona Coyotes draft Dylan Guenther, St. Louis Blues draft Owen Power, Ottawa Senators draft Mason McTavish, Vegas Golden Knights draft Matthew Nyes, Columbus Blue Jackets draft William Eklund, Anaheim Ducks draft Logan Stankoven, New York Rangers draft Simone Edvinsson, Detroit Red Wings draft Luke Hughes, Nashville Predators draft Kent Johnson, New York Islanders draft Jesper Wallstedt, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Brett Clark, Minnesota Wild draft Matthew Coronado, Boston Bruins draft Cole Sillinger, Washington Capitals draft Jackson Blake, Dallas Stars draft JJ Moser, Winnipeg Jets draft Josh Stone, LA Kings draft Oliver Kapanen, Philadelphia Flyers draft Riker Evans, Carolina Hurricanes draft Atu Ratti, Edmonton Oilers draft Olin Zellweger, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Zach Bullock, Florida Panthers draft Zachary Laharoux, Calgary Flames draft Elias Pettersson, Chicago Blackhawks draft Maki Samoskevich, San Jose Sharks draft Billy Koivunen, Colorado Avalanche draft Isaac Rosen, Buffalo Sabres draft Fedor Svechkov, Montreal Canadiens draft Logan Mailloux, Vancouver Canucks draft Ryan Winterton, and the New Jersey Devils draft Carter Mazur. In the 2022 NHL Draft, the Seattle Kraken draft Yura Slafkovsky, Arizona Coyotes draft Lane Hudson, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Logan Cooley, Toronto Maple Leafs draft Jimmy Snuggerud, St. Louis Blues draft Shane Wright, Ottawa Senators draft Cutter Gauthier, Vegas Golden Knights draft Frank Nazar, Anaheim Ducks draft Danila Yurov, Nashville Predators draft Simone Nemec, New York Rangers draft Sam Renzel, Detroit Red Wings draft Denton Mateychuk, Detroit Red Wings draft Denton Mateychuk, New York Islanders draft Marco Kasper, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Matt Savoy, Minnesota Wild draft Pavel Mintyukov, Boston Bruins draft Fraser Minton, Washington Capitals draft Matthew Poitras, Dallas Stars draft Yuri Kulich, Winnipeg Jets draft Ryan Grief, LA Kings draft Jonathan Lekari-Maki, Philadelphia Flyers draft Alex Bump, Carolina Hurricanes draft Brad Lambert, Edmonton Oilers draft Isaac Howard, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Noah Ostlund, Florida Panthers draft David Juracek, Chicago Blackhawks draft Liam Beischel, Calgary Flames draft Yanni Nyman, San Jose Sharks draft Owen Beck, Colorado Avalanche draft Reed Schaefer, Buffalo Sabres draft Owen Pickering, Montreal Canadiens draft Seamus Casey, Vancouver Canucks draft Elias Salamonson, New Jersey Devils draft Kevin Korshinsky. For the 2023 and 2024 draft, I will be only doing the top 16 picks rather than the full first round. In the 2023 NHL Draft, the Seattle Kraken draft Connor Bedard, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Theo Carlson, St. Louis Blues draft Adam Fantilli, Toronto Maple Leafs draft Ryan Leonard, Arizona Coyotes draft Will Smith, Vegas Golden Knights draft Matvey Michkov, Anaheim Ducks draft Zach Benson, Ottawa Senators draft Dalibor Dvorsky, Nashville Predators draft Axel Sandin Pellikka, New York Rangers draft Gabe Perreault, Detroit Red Wings draft Tom Willinder, New York Islanders draft Matthew Wood, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Easton Cowan, Minnesota Wild draft Dmitry Shimashov, Boston Bruins draft Oliver Moore. In the 2024 NHL Draft, the Boston Bruins draft Macklin Celebrini, Nashville Predators draft Ivan Demidov, Anaheim Ducks draft Artem Lefshunov, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Becca Snecki, Seattle Kraken draft Zeb Byam, Utah Mammoth draft Zane Parekh, Toronto Maple Leafs draft Sam Dickinson, New York Rangers draft Cole Hudson, New York Islanders draft Carter Yadkamchuk, Ottawa Senators draft Berkeley Caton, Detroit Red Wings draft Matthew Gradin, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Michael Haig, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Cole Eiserman, Vegas Golden Knights draft Michael Brenzek-Nygaard, Minnesota Wild draft Igor Chershunov. The changes in the draft have a big impact on the upcoming season. In first place in the Atlantic Division are the Montreal Canadiens, followed by the Buffalo Sabres and Florida Panthers. In first place in the Metropolitan Division are the New Jersey Devils, followed by the Carolina Hurricanes and Philadelphia Flyers. The Washington Capitals hold the first wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference, while the Tampa Bay Lightning hold the second and final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Eastern Conference are the Pittsburgh Penguins, Detroit Red Wings, Ottawa Senators, New York Islanders, New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Columbus Blue Jackets, and Boston Bruins. In first place in the Central Division are the Colorado Avalanche, followed by the Chicago Blackhawks and St. Louis Blues. In first place in the Pacific Division are the Vancouver Canucks, followed by the Calgary Flames and San Jose Sharks. The Edmonton Oilers hold the first wildcard spot in the Western Conference, while the Vegas Golden Knights hold the second wildcard spot in the Western Conference. Missing the playoffs in the Western Conference are the Dallas Stars, Winnipeg Jets, LA Kings, Minnesota Wild, Utah Hockey Club, Seattle Kraken, Anaheim Ducks, and Nashville Predators. Buffalo Sabres defeat the Vancouver Canucks in 6 games to win the Stanley Cup. Notable additions for the Seattle Kraken include Matty Beniers, Yara Slavkovsky, Connor Bedard, and Zeev Bayam. Columbus Blue Jackets, William Eklund, Logan Cooley, Leo Carlson, and Beckett Snecki. Utah, Dylan Gunther, Lane Hudson, Will Smith, and Zane Parekh. Toronto Maple Leafs, Wyatt Johnson, Jimmy Snuggerud, Ryan Leonard, and Sam Dickinson. Ottawa Senators, Mason McTavish, Cutter Gauthier, Dalibor Dvorsky, and Berkeley Caton. St. Louis Blues, Owen Power, Shane Wright, and Adam Fantilli. In my next video, I'll be transitioning to a new series where I redraft NHL teams from a certain period of time and try to turn them into a contender.